All right, guys, welcome back. Today we have a really special video for you all. This is something that everyone always looks forward to. This is opinions that I personally look forward to as well going into the playoffs. We're going to be discussing our playoff predictor, who we have going to the Super Bowl. We're going to discuss every single game, and we're also going to take a look back at what we had. I believe it was week 11. We kind of did our own little prediction, see where we placed teams and how their records were going to finish. How you doing today, Dustin?
As you guys can see from my flag, I am great. You know, my boys
Oh,
representing.
And if you can see from my flag here,
Yeah.
beautiful flag. Obviously better than the one he has. But anyways.
Okay.
All right.
First seed.
But hey, listen. Second seed. I know it's not first, but at least we're in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. Like the Colts.
Sorry. Okay. Yo. Ooh. I honestly genuinely feel bad for those Colts fans.
No, I don't.
My prayers are for you guys.
I don't. Nope. 0. They get no love.
I thought the Tennessee. Imagine the Jets beat the Titans and still get the first seed, and they lose, and then the Colts lose to the Jags with Jonathan Taylor.
And they missed the playoffs.
Shaking my head.
Everyone who said Derrick Henry was worse than Jonathan Taylor, losers. Anyway, go ahead.
They literally gave the Steelers a gateway to the playoffs. Congratulations, Colts.
Just trying to get to lose in the first round. It's okay.
Exactly. Even bigger congratulations to the Jags to being able to beat the Colts and still get the first round pick. What an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Confidence is high and the first pick, baby.
Right, exactly. So they literally had a win that day.
Another congratulations to the Eagles for the straight finesse of Carson Wentz. Yeah, good.
Oh yeah. That's facts. So let's go ahead and get started with the list we got here of all these teams that we predicted. Dustin, if you'd like to go ahead and kick it off with the AFC, since you know the Titans literally own it.
So first, this is what we predicted going into Week 11. As you guys can see, we're a little bit off. We did have the Titans at the number 1 seed and the Packers at the number 1 seed. We did that. We did that nice. We did guess, although the Titans did not finish 14-3, and the Packers basically finished 14-3 if they did not sit their starters against the Lions. So not bad, Devin. We got this number 1
for them.
It really did not matter at all. Did not matter at all. See, this is why I'm always I was a Patriots hater. I was against the Patriots. This was because of you, Devin. You did this.
This was because of me.
Yeah, the Patriots. I was like, the Patriots ain't it, and you're like, no, they're it. That trust. No, they're not it.
Yeah, big trust.
They're not it, man. But we got the teams. No, we didn't. The Raiders finished down here. Steelers 7-10. The Raiders had them at 6-11. Those two did make it. Ravens did not make it. I think it was hard to predict the Ravens because they had so many injuries down the stretch.
The Lamar one too.
Yeah,
I think that's the one that killed them the most.
Yeah, and they lost Marlon Humphrey. They lost. They had corners, the defensive issues. So that one's tough. I mean, I think they would have made it if they didn't have the injury problems. The Chargers just
J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins. I forgot about him.
The Chargers just sold, dude.
Yeah, that was rough. I just thanks to head coach Stanley. He should have not called that timeout.
They lost to the Texans and the Raiders. They finished the final 3 games. They went a 1-2 record. That's just not good. You can't finish that when you're going for the playoffs. That's so tough. And
that's horrendous.
How do we do on the NFC?
We did pretty solid. Buccaneers got second. Yeah. Cowboys did get third, right? Yeah, they did. Cowboys got third.
The Cardinals and Rams are in the same matchup, just flipped. They need to flip.
Right. Eagles got 6, which we got because we're just that good. And
the Eagles got 7th. The Eagles got 7th because they're playing. Because they're playing the 2 seed. Remember?
Oh, right.
And
it goes downhill from there though. Oh man, this is
how we got the 49ers down here is not good. And how did we get the Giants at 9-8?
Yeah. And
I mean, what did we do?
We still did pretty solid though.
We had them beating the Cowboys. This is you. There's no way I'd let them beat the Cowboys. There's no way.
Look, in my head I was thinking.
Now they should have won the last 2.
It's one of those divisional games. It's just a divisional game. Just
fair.
They would squeeze one in there, and. Yeah, the only thing they squeezed was their general manager out of
retirement.
Of business.
Of
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, all right. But, so this was a good guess.
Still solid.
I feel like it was all right.
This was actually.
I mean,
yeah.
Going into Week 11.
And there's a team I want to talk about later on, and that's the Texans. Texans have something special going on with that team.
All right, we'll definitely check that out. We're gonna have a little bit of talk about all the other teams in the podcast, so make sure you check that out. But right now we're gonna focus on the playoff teams, the teams that actually matter.
Yes.
All right, so let's go current standings. So here is the current standings, exactly how it is looking right now. Gonna be a juicy playoff. So let's go ahead and check out
Week one of the playoffs. The wild card. Oh man, let's take it game by game. Which one do you want to start off with? AFC or NFC?
Do you want to do a one together, or do you want to do our own individual?
I
say let's do our own individual. I say we do own individual.
You want to do it? Okay, you know what?
Because we see teams differently.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first. You tell me who you got winning each game. And obviously this week we're going to be going into deeper review on the podcast. Go check that out. So this is just going to be light. All right, I think they're going to win because of this, and that's it. Go check out the deep review on the podcast. So go ahead. First game.
Bengals Raiders. Bengals. I got the Bengals winning.
Okay.
Just more consistent than the Raiders.
Okay.
Patriots Bills. Look, I've been hopping on that Patriots train this entire time.
Okay.
And I will be hopping off of it. Bills.
Okay.
Alrighty, and this one right here, as much as I would like the Steelers to beat the Chiefs and have a massive upset, it is unlikely. Give me the Chiefs.
Okay.
Okay, this is where it gets juicy here. We got some really good games coming. We got some really good games happening here. Cardinals versus Rams. This is tough. This is so tough. Man, this is really tough. I'm gonna do that game last.
Okay.
49ers Cowboys. This is another tough game. These are gonna be two good teams fighting it out. And I think the road ends here for the 49ers. Give me the Cowboys.
Okay.
Eagles Bucks. I think it's I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be a solid game, but I think the Buccaneers are gonna run away with this one.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I know we're going to go in depth in the podcast here, but there's a reason why I love these two teams last, because they both have been relatively inconsistent the last couple of weeks and have not been playing well whatsoever. Is Hopkins still injured?
Yes, but he might be making his return.
Okay, little hot take here. Give me the Cardinals, and here's why. J.G. Watt is coming back. Matthew Stafford has struggled, and I mean absolutely struggled when pressured.
Mm-hmm.
He has, and by all means, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the past 2-3 games he's thrown at least 2 interceptions. And you give Kyler Murray 2 more, you give 2 more possessions with receivers like AJ Green and DeAndre Hopkins, and some of the other receivers that have showed out this year. I think they're going to win that game.
Okay.
So moving on to the divisional round here. Bills and Chiefs. Oh man. And let me go back to that one. Okay, Titans coming off of the Titans. Just give me the Titans. Derrick Henry's going to have an extra week of recovery. Yes. Oh man. These games are a lot harder now that I'm looking at it. Cowboys Bucks. Oh my god, this is going to be so tough. Okay, I know that this is going to sound biased, obviously, but I'm going to give me a Bucks, but I'm going to say it's going to be an extremely close game, and maybe even an overtime game. And here's why. Offensively, we lost AB and we lost Godwin, which are 2 major players that we've lost. However, I think the big thing for us to win in the playoffs here is going to be our defense. We are getting a lot of important defensive players back. We're getting JPP back for the playoffs. We're getting Levante David back for the playoffs. Those are 2 big keys in stopping the run. If we can stop the run with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, we are going to be set in a pretty good situation, because I'm not going to lie, I'm gaining a lot more confidence in our secondary throughout the weeks, especially our safeties. I like the way that Jordan Whitehead and Antoine Winfield Jr. have been playing. The cornerbacks have been a little bit still iffy, when you see how they play against the star receivers that the Cowboys have, but they do have Michael Gallup out, which is going to help us a little. Cardinals, Packers. As much as I would like the Cardinals to win, you're going to have to go with the Packers.
Yep.
And now back to the Bills and the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Because
that.
What? I think that the Bills will win this game. The Chiefs are not the same that they were last year.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on this so far?
I'll say my piece. I'll say my piece. You go ahead.
Are you gonna save it? Okay.
I'll say it at the end.
This is the game where it gets hard. Gets extremely hard. And I'm gonna purely base off of this on how it's been going recently. Bills and Titans. I think right now the Titans are the best team in the AFC, and I don't think it's really close at all. I think it might be close. Actually, no, I don't think it's close at all. Give me the Titans. I think the Titans are going to the Super Bowl. I do not think the Bills do not have a run game, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop Derrick Henry and with that hot pass game that the Titans have, and their defense has been hot as well. So I think the Titans will run away with the game by a touchdown or two.
Okay.
This game, Buccaneers, Packers. Give me the Packers. I think there's too many question marks on the Bucs right now to sit there and say that the Bucs can go to the Super Bowl. The reason I say that is because the Buccaneers, how well is Levante David and JPP going to be able to come back and play against the Packers? And Aaron Rodgers has been hot. That team as a whole has been just an absolute unit. And I think it's going to be extremely hard to stop the Packers, especially with the question marks at offense. We need some receivers to step up big time. And I think it is. I think we need to see that against the Eagles. If we can see maybe Tyler Johnson or Bashard Perriman really step up big time and make some big plays, I would have picked the Bucs. But right now in the current state, you've got to go with the Packers. You've got to go with the Packers, especially since it's being played on Lambeau Field. Super Bowl, we have the Packers and Titans. This is a very interesting matchup here. These two teams, they rarely see each other. And the way they've been playing, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a really good offensive defensive matchup. But when we compare these two teams, passing game, you're going to give it to the Packers. Run game, you're going to give it to the Titans.
Close.
Because it's Derrick Henry. And if Derrick Henry goes full throttle and continues to wait, and actually he's been resting for a while, so he goes in this game flying. It's gonna be tough to stop that defense. And me personally, the way that the Titans defense has been playing, I'm taking the Titans defense over the Packers defense. Me personally, I think the Titans have proved themselves. I think the Titans have proved themselves actually well. That 5-game stretch, I even remember at the beginning of the season, Dustin. I'm pretty sure you remember me saying, I say that if they won at least 3 out of the 5 games, I think this team could be a threat. And they won 5 out of the 5, if I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They won 5 out of the 5. And that stretch, I think, consisted of the Ravens, Bills, Chiefs.
No, it was Chiefs, Bills, Colts.
Chiefs, Bills, Colts.
Rams, Saints.
And they beat all 5 teams.
2 without Henry.
Oh, yeah, that too. 2 without Henry.
Yep.
Titans win this. Titans win this. And it's not because he's Dustin here's a Titans fan, but I genuinely think that this team is going to give. I think they're just too dominant. I think their defense has been playing too well, and I think their offense is starting to heat up, and I think it's going to continue to heat up in the playoffs with Derrick Henry. And I do not see the Packers stopping them. Now, obviously, this could all change. They could suck in the playoffs and they could lose the divisional round. Mm-hmm. And same with the Packers. But based on the way they've been playing, they've been extremely hot. I think the Titans have proved themselves more than the Packers this year throughout the season. I think the Titans have had much tougher opponents than the Packers have had this season. And they play in a tougher division. I know they have Houston and Jags in there, but who does the Packers play? Vikings, Bears, and Lions? I mean, those should be relatively easy wins, and the Colts are a solid team, but apparently they like choking. So that's my pick: Packers, Titans, Super Bowl. Titans win the Super Bowl. based on how
Wow.
each team has been playing as of now. So I'm
Uh,
pretty sure that was surprising. I'm pretty sure you were expecting me to choose the Bucks to go to the Super Bowl, right?
there was a lot of crazy stuff I did not expect in there, to say the least.
Like
Um,
what? I'm kind of curious on what you.
well, you'll see. I'm gonna go throughout, and you're gonna see.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I think that's a fair pick though. I think it's a non-biased pick. I mean, sure, the Cowboys and Bucks game might be questionable, but
So
yeah. Let's see yours. Let's see yours. I'm interested in yours. Let's reset this. Press that reset week button.
I don't have
Let's
to.
get this started. Oh, you agree with this?
I have the exact same wild card.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I have been a very big time supporter of the Rams, not as a fan, but as I believe that they have the highest potential. But at some point when you make it to the playoffs, you have to take accountability. And they have not been playing good on offense down this stretch. And the
I
one
absolutely
thing
agree.
that I'm looking at and I'm worried about is the offensive line. The offensive line is a little concerning. And outside of Jalen Ramsey, the secondary is a little concerning, personally.
Yeah, they let the 49ers. I mean, the 49ers looked really good last night
Yep.
offensively, and that defense did not look good at all. Like, yeah, they just got absolutely outplayed last night. They should have not lost that game, especially when
And
you're 17-3 going into the half. Like,
yeah.
come on now.
And I think the Cardinals with J.J. Watt, which we can only expect, and with DeAndre
Yes,
Hopkins, I believe they are the team that can beat that. I believe they have the recipe healthy. I
even
think,
with Cam Akers coming back,
yeah.
I think
And
it's
Cam
too
Akers played
early.
yesterday. Still don't believe it.
Oh, he actually did.
He did play yesterday. He got a couple
Oh,
snaps
that's
yesterday.
rough.
I think the Cardinals have the chance to beat them, and that's why I agree. I think everything else kind of self-explanatory. I think this is the recipe. I think this is this is something I do agree with this weekend. So we can agree on that. Now here,
Uh,
I agree with everything
except for the Bucks and Cowboys, huh?
except for the Bucks and Cowboys.
Okay, yeah. And you know what? I will say it. I completely understand your point. I think that there's just too many question marks to
100%.
But as a Bucks fan, I have a lot of faith in the ability that
No, and you can
we've been
have
able
that
to
optimism as
do.
a fan because you
Not
know it deeper than everyone.
right,
Like you can have the optimism.
exactly.
I am a little bit worried. I think the Cowboys match up well against the current Buccaneers team that's out right now. You know, and I still have a big question mark on how can the Bucks answer, like how can the other receivers that the Bucks have answer the phone when Mike Evans is going to have to play number one corner. You know, so
Right.
that's my biggest question mark, obviously going into this, and that's why I'm gonna take the Cowboys. I think they match well. Um, but of course, if the Cowboys don't, we saw a good Cowboys team on Saturday, but they played backups. We need to see that type of offensive energy in the playoffs to have a chance against these bigger teams. And I think we're going to. I think that was a good game. We saw the confidence of Dak Prescott. He was making every throw in the field possible. I think we could see this. I think it's just not a good matchup for the Bucks. Now, a healthy Bucks with Godwin and maybe just Godwin, even just Godwin, I think that they would win this game. I just don't know. It's just a really big question mark for me to overcome right now, this early, if that makes sense.
For me,
So,
I see the defense stepping up. If that game
yep,
happens, I see the defense stepping up big time
yep.
personally. But I completely understand your point.
So I think this is fair, and this game is going to be a great game. And I see the
Okay.
Bills beating the Chiefs
So
too.
so we're like almost neck and neck on this.
We do agree at this
That's actually
point.
surprising.
And
Holy shit!
I
Like,
think I just think that the Bills can play that type of tough pass defense, and the Chiefs might struggle a little bit. I think the Chiefs might struggle. Uh, I don't know. I just have this feeling that the Chiefs are not going to be able to answer the call right away.
agree.
Conference.
I think they're gonna do too much too late. The
Yep.
Chiefs, and even then, they just are not that great in the second half. Like
Yeah.
they score like 30 points in the first and like just non-existent the second.
Yep.
The Bengals game was a good example.
So I'm going to take the Packers.
Okay, yeah, I think that. Yeah,
I don't think the Cowboys are going to be able. I think Lambeau's a big difference. I'm a big believer in that. So I'm not 100% sure the Cowboys will be able to do it there. Packers, good team, very good offensively, and they still have key pieces coming back from defense. Jair Alexander, Zadarius Smith, I believe, David Bakhtiari, who came a little bit back this week, will also play in the playoffs, and I think that's a big piece of their offense. I had the Packers.
Okay.
Now this game. Now obviously, I'm a big Titans fan. Um, I think they match up well against the Bills. Tennessee. This will allow Tennessee's so good at stopping the run. They can line up with their 4 guys and play the run just like that. Because they
Second
also
best rush defense in the league statistically. Go
exactly.
ahead, sorry.
No, that's perfect. And they also have 2 very, very good linebackers in David Long and Zach Cunningham who can play on all 3 downs. So the ability to play on all 3 downs allow them to stay in the same package. So they have 6 in
Mm-hmm.
the box, and they can send everyone else out into coverage. And if it's a pass play, those linebackers will back up into coverage too. And the Tennessee Titans showed they can get pressure on Josh Allen the first time they played. And with the bye week, Tennessee can get a little bit healthier. They get that rest. That defensive line can come out firing. Derrick Henry comes back. You'll see the AJ, you'll see Julio, who's now getting Julio showed against the Texans. Yes, I know it's the Texans, but still a little bit more chemistry with Tannehill. He, quicker like they were throwing the ball quicker to threw 3 deep shots to Julio. I think that's another thing we'll see in the playoffs because Julio's starting to get healthier and healthier by the week. He's getting full practice reps now because he's healthier. And now with this, it's even better for the Titans. It might be biased. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans. Um,
I want to say something on that real quick,
okay.
actually. And after listening to you speak and stuff like that, I actually think that this is the most favorable matchup that the Titans can possibly have in the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it would be closer if the Chiefs played them. I still think
I
that the
agree.
Titans would still win against the Chiefs. However, this will always be my problem with the Bills. They have no run game um bes- besides Josh Allen. Josh Allen, when you go check most of the games, he's the one running the ball for 50 yards, 60 yards, and all this
Yep.
stuff. Devin Singletary and Zach Moss, they are just not it. They've got to do something with the run game. And this honestly makes it schematically easier for y'all to beat the Bills because Josh Allen can run. So you have one. So you're playing one person as spy. Like just as theoretically, if they were to do this, you play one person as spy for Josh Allen, and you just play your regular. You scheme against Stephon Diggs and all the other stuff. But that's one player instead of 2, because instead of having to watch the running back and Josh Allen, you only really have to watch Josh Allen. I am confident enough that the Titans can defensively stop Devin Singletary or Zach Moss, or any of the quarterbacks that are close by to tackle Zach Moss or Devin Singletary. It's not like you're sitting there playing Derrick Henry where you have to line up someone extra in the box, or you need that extra play to stop him. You really don't. You
Yeah.
really don't. And your guys' defensive line has stepped up as the season progressed. So I could even see him or your defensive line stopping them if need be.
Yeah.
So I think schematically it makes it easier for y'all. I think the toughest thing is going to be the pass game that
And,
you guys have to focus on.
and another thing that does benefit the Titans. First of all, their offensive line is getting even better. Tannehill's been sacked twice. None of them have been against the offensive line. They've been one by the running back, one by
Mm-hmm.
tight end. Another thing, okay, is that when the Titans were missing Christian Fulton, who's our best corner. We started with Caleb Farley. Caleb Farley tears his ACL.
Mm-hmm.
They then put Chris Jackson in the game, and he hurts his foot. We were down to like our 6th and out there.
You were chopping up there. You said you're 6th and 7th cornerback.
Yeah, we were down to our 6th corner.
Right.
This time we're not. We have Fulton. We have Jackrabbit Jenkins. Back. Chris Jackson is back. Buster Screen. I think we have a good chance.
I agree.
Now this
I
game.
think y'all have a really good chance.
So I think the big difference is LaFleur before going to Green Bay was the Titans offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
We run a very similar offense that we ran because of him. He brought it over to Tennessee. And we played them last year in Lambeau Field. And we got smoked. And that defense was not that good last year. And now I understand the Titans defense is better this year. But I am very concerned matchup-wise for Tennessee if they come to this game, because this is LaFleur's system basically the same. I got to take Green Bay.
Really, you're taking the Packers to beat the Titans?
I don't know. I just, after we got our ass whooped last year, it was bad. I don't think we have anyone that can stop Davante Adams. I think Tennessee is one game short from winning the Super Bowl. I have Green Bay winning in LA. Unfortunately, I just don't see how we can do it. Unless we change something. We got destroyed last year. It was not good.
Maybe your defense should play the way the Bucks played against the Chiefs. You remember how we always play two safeties high?
Yeah. Well,
Two
maybe with our
safeties
run
high
defense,
to double
maybe,
team. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking that y'all potentially do, because when we first played the Chiefs, we got whooped. You cannot play man coverage or just have one guy on like Tyreek Hill or something like that, and like especially Davante Adams. Like you need two guys, and
100%.
I mean I think, and you still got like Scandling, and I know there's another guy that I'm missing. That's really good on the offense, and that is like a piece you need to cover. But Davante Adams is definitely big. Oh, Aaron Jones as well, pass catching back. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a good game.
And
I would love to see the Super Bowl.
and as a
Except
Titans
for the
fan,
Bucks in it.
obviously I want Tennessee to win. Obviously, first Super Bowl, whatever. But I think it would be very biased of me to sit there and say that matchup wise we match up well with them, especially because Rodgers is not very quick. He does have that. So
However, I will say this: I think this game ultimately comes down to the defense, because I think both offenses could actually. I honestly, I don't know. I am not a fan of the Packers defense. I am really not.
yeah.
Like you guys have at least proven yourselves against two good teams. You look at the teams that the Packers played; they have not really played like
Well,
any
they played
like,
the Rams.
great phenomenal. Yeah, but who else after that?
Cardinals.
Did they win that game?
Yeah, remember that was the one without Davante Adams.
Oh yeah, that's right, and that's when they were undefeated. Okay, so that's two games.
Actually, we can click on here and see who they played.
Actually, let's do that. Okay, so they lost against the Saints. Rough start, obviously. Steelers. Okay, they actually beat the Bengals.
They lost to the Chiefs, but that's because they didn't have Aaron Rodgers.
Right. And Chiefs weren't up to where they're at now at that time. Let's see. They beat the Rams coming off of bye week, after the Rams were coming off of bye week.
Yeah.
The Browns, the Ravens, Cardinals.
No, this was the playoffs right here. This is all playoffs.
Okay, gotcha.
So, but they did play the Cardinals. Yeah, they won.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, look at the last couple of games, though. I think, Lions, Vikings.
It's
the
possible.
Browns game is controversial because I think the Browns still should have won. I actually think the Packers should have blown them out more, since Baker Mayfield threw 4 interceptions, if I'm correct.
Yeah. So
go to the Titans schedule, though. I want you to go to the Titans schedule.
The Titans.
I want you to go to the Titans. All right, so literally they both started off the same way. They both played a team and got absolutely whooped. The Packers lost to the Saints. The Cardinals beat the Titans. The Jets game was just unfortunate. It was absolutely unfortunate. Shit happens. Trust me, I get it. But they beat the Colts. That's I mean, not a playoff team anymore, but they are still a good team. They beat the Bills. That's a playoff team. They beat the Chiefs. That's a playoff team. They beat the Colts again. That was a playoff team. They beat the Rams, a playoff team. They played the Saints. Sure, they don't have a great offense, but defensively they are great. They lost against the Texans. I think this is when Derrick Henry got injured, though, right?
Derrick Henry got hurt in the Colts game.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So the Titans are now at this point trying to reestablish the offense. How are they going to play without Derrick Henry? They realize they need to establish a pass game, and this is where you kind of see the struggle at. They lose against the Texans, they lose against the Patriots. They bounce back against the Jaguars, obviously. Lose against the Steelers, which is a playoff team. But they then come and beat the 49ers. They beat the Red Hot Dolphins, and they beat the Texans, who have continuously played better this year. And the big thing to note about this is that the pass game has improved throughout these weeks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's the credit to the Titans, but then again, the Packers have continued to play well against the teams that they have played. I mean, which aren't that great.
Yeah.
But there's obviously some teams in here that are not that great either. I think that Super Bowl would be insanely close. Like it's my question for the Packers are: how are you going to stop Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah,
How? That is my biggest question for the Packers. If they can find a way to stop Derrick Henry, I would have the Packers. But right now, with the way the Titans offense is playing, and with the way that that defense is playing too, I trust the Titans defense to get a stop over the Packers defense getting a stop.
Yeah. All right.
But it would be a good one.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think the playoffs are going to be great in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed our playoff prediction. Tell us what you guys what you guys think in the comments. If we're biased or not, whatever. Just let us know. Devin, you have anything else to say?
Full disclosure. Totally not biased.
All right.
I don't think the Bucs will go to the Super Bowl, but they have the potential to go back.
They have the potential to go
for sure.
Back. When you have Brady, you always have potential.
There we go. If he can win with mailman, he can win with players.
This man. All right, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out everything in the comments. Check out the podcast. Check out another video we're dropping. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check it all out, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.